So just the other day, we talked about the Steam Deck and all the talk about 30 frames per second. There's a lot of people out there saying I'm getting my $5 reservation back type of thing. And I just kind of spoke briefly on that. I felt the way the words were being interpreted may be incorrect. I felt like they were just saying this is just the straight baseline. We don't want the system to perform worse than 30 frames per second for games, and that's just the minimum, right? That was just kind of an assumption on my part, my interpretation of what was being said. And now it has been clarified. So I wanted to quickly talk about that and a couple other small things that people had mentioned concerning the Steam Deck that I find pretty intriguing and interesting, if at all possible. So here we go, man. I'm still looking at my reservation down here. Did enough people cancel their reservation so my Q1 2022 could go down to December? No, not yet. We'll just have to wait, man. Once it hits that timeline where Valve starts asking for money, maybe some people will bow out and it'll start trickling down. I don't know. I'm still excited to check this thing out. I've had some people say, hey, you're talking about the Valve Steam Deck a lot. These guys at Valve are paying you to talk about it. No, nobody's paying me except for, whatever YouTube ads run. I'm just excited about this thing and interested in a lot of things that are going on with it. And a lot of you guys out there have been, throwing out questions, comments, video ideas, and it's just something fun that I'm into right now, taking a look at the Steam Deck and reporting on all the things that are going on out there. So, get off my nuts, man. I wish Valve was paying me. Shit. They got a lot of money. You could share some of that, dude. I could use a little bit of it. I needs it, man. But hey, it is what it is. The reason I'm doing this video is that the dude we were speaking about, Pierre, I can't say the rest of his name, just like I said in that other video. My apologies. I don't want to butcher it. But he was the one we were referring to as far as that interview went and some of the statements he had made. Now, he is clarifying here. The 30 frames per second target refers to the floor of what we consider playable in our performance testing. Games we've tested and shown have consistently met and exceeded that bar so far. There will also be an optional built-in FPS limiter to fine-tune performance versus battery life. There's going to be a lot more that we learn about this thing over time. And really, for a lot of us who are excited, I'm really intrigued by this device. I'm trying to level my expectations with everything and understand like what I'm actually going to have in my hands, but we aren't going to fully know the capabilities of this thing until we start seeing it, till it gets closer to release. Yeah, we've seen some minor test footage and whatnot. Things did look good, but once it's in the public's hands, that's when we'll get a better idea of, if this is really a device for the people who are currently interested in it. It could turn out that it's just something that I never use. Maybe it doesn't perform as well as I would hope. Maybe it doesn't do some of the things I would hope. I don't know yet. But with this being a start of something new, like I said in my previous video, Gabe did mention that they were hoping this would be a whole new product line. Other companies out there making Steam Decks and whatnot. So we could see a lot of different things out there. My one concern with this Steam Deck is like, how long is this going to have a lifespan of continued support? And I don't mean that in the fashion of like, oh, the Nintendo Switch. How long are they going to make games for it? This is the Steam Deck. It's a PC in your hands. So it's not like there's necessarily games that are designed just for this. Sure, there could be, I guess, games that are put out there that keep this device in mind as far as its specs go. But I mean, as far as like newer stuff coming out that this system just cannot handle, even at the lowest settings type of thing. How long of a lifespan is it going to have with that, to where we're like, okay, we just have to keep going back in our library looking for older games to play. We can't really bother too much with newer stuff because the performance just isn't there. That's one of my concerns with this device. And it almost seems like one of the possibilities, like I said, with other companies making these as well, and possibly Valve continuing making variations of these, new editions of them over the years. This thing be like the Oculus Quest, in a sense, where boom, the Oculus Quest came out, then the new Oculus Quest came out, and then there's talks of an even better one coming out, like boom, 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 like year after year, yearly release type thing. I don't know, man. It's a concern to have, and I think it's pretty valid. What is the lifespan going to be as far as we buy this device for between 400 to 650 bucks? How long are we actually going to be able to continue playing newer stuff that comes out for it? That's just one thing that I'm trying to keep in mind here. But yeah, so there we go, Pierre. Kind of rectifying some of that information that people weren't really sure with. The one thing I've seen in some of my comments as well. Not necessarily the FreeSync stuff or the variable refresh rate, but the Fidelity FX. And me being newer into PC gaming, like as far as like really everything that's going on, Fidelity FX was something I started researching the other day, and I was gonna wait to do a video on this after I, learned more and could really, take a look at what it is. But this is one thing I started searching because I saw some comments like, hey, nobody's talking about this. Does the Steam Deck support the AMD Fidelity FX? And after having looked into this a bit, and I'm sure a lot of you guys out there, know what this is and have utilized it in the past, myself, I've never really jumped into it. So that's why I wanted to do a little bit more research on Fidelity FX. But essentially, it's a way that can, it's a solution that you can get boost, like it says right there, boost in frames for your games. Like get that tattooed to your freaking chest. What? But there we go. AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution, FSR for short. I've seen a lot of people mention FSR, and I didn't know what the hell it meant, to be honest with you. Upscaling tech to help boost your frame rates. Select titles. Select titles. So not everything. The game's got to support it, right? Deliver high quality, high resolution gaming without having to upgrade to a new graphics card. So essentially, what this does is you get like boosts to performance and whatnot, and it's compatible with like, they state a wide range of graphics cards, so older stuff, newer stuff, and you're just getting a boost with this, kind of similar to what is it, DLSS, that type of technology. This is something very similar, and a lot of people are curious, is this going to be something that works on the Steam Deck? And I've tried finding more information, as I have not seen like any specific examples or quotes from Valve or people close to Valve stating that, yeah, games that support it will utilize that on the Steam Deck. Like I said, don't really know this technology too much, so I'm really curious to learn more on it. If you guys have an idea on it, just drop a comment down below. Let me know what's going on. But having looked through a few articles, even this Tech Radar, Steam Deck needs AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution for us to ditch our gaming laptops. And they state, pretty much like if it could utilize it, it would be a great thing. But no definitive answer as far as if it does utilize it. I've seen other articles as well, and they kind of explain it as well. If you don't know, AMD Super Resolution is a new feature that allows games to be upscaled from lower resolutions to look like they're running at higher resolutions, but without the performance impact. So that's huge for this device if it's able to utilize that, get higher resolutions, not necessarily in handheld mode, but like in docked mode. But I wonder if that could be utilized in handheld mode. I'm not sure, with the 800p resolution, I don't think it's really something that could be impactful, but running it in desktop mode, perhaps, right? No performance impact with this device being the way it is. That could be something pretty cool. Then, I've seen other articles. I don't even know who these people are. WePC, like they make the claim, talking about the architecture. They state, having said that, the new AMD Van Gogh APU will have full access to AMD's Fidelity FX Super Resolution, allowing the device to reap the additional performance rewards that come with the technology. And they are referring to the Steam Deck. So, like, there's no 100% information out there yet. There's so much stuff we have to wait to find out with this device. I'm excited to learn more. I'm excited to see more from Valve, from, tests that get shown out there. But definitely a lot of interesting things we have to wait to find out about. So that was it, man. Just wanted to kind of circle back on that Pierre quote. There's a lot of stuff going on in this this string of comments here, but we'll have to wait and see. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Thanks for hanging on this one. Little update on the Steam Deck. Thank you. Give you guys a big ass thumb butt. Peace out. Bye bye and boom. Bye.